Hey guys, what's going on here in Boracay? Last full day here tomorrow. Headed out to Angeles for one night, kind of do a little pool party, um, and then head over to a new island I've never been to called Batanes. It's a very kind of expensive island to get to. It's very green, very lush. I don't know, think like green, Iceland or the roaming hills of whatever country. I don't even know. Can't even think right now offhand what country that would be because I've never been there, but maybe Norway or something like that. But it's just very lush, green fields, pastures, very pretty. So unfortunately, this trip has just really revealed a lot to me. Was able to kind of go back and repair things with Jen, but at what cost? Silencing your voice, staying in your masculine, but at the same time dealing with a lot of attitude, and I've just seen enough, and so not to put it all of her stuff out there. I'm not going to do that. I respect her. I actually do love her. I care for her, but I don't know. I think the writing's on the wall, pretty obvious. I mean, unless there's something that changes up real quick, her attitude treats me like the man I deserve to be treated like, and I don't mean it from a cocky, arrogant place. I mean it. We all have our boundaries. We have our standards. And if it's not going to connect and be up to that standard, then I have no other choice but to just continue moving forward, right? Not demanding. But even this morning, we had, just gave me a little attitude. It got me a little heated, although I held it together. But I just basically, in my own way, kind of showed her that you're not going to push through me. You're not going to dominate me. I'm done listening to the manipulation. You carrying old things into this as far as, well, I'm giving you attitude because you did this back a week ago or something, and it's like, no, that's not how these relationships work. You don't have to forget it, but you learn from it, but you move on, and you be healthy. You don't bring that back up as ammo once you say you're forgiven. Well, I'm not going to forgive you. Like, okay, well, that's bitterness, and you can keep in your heart. Basically, that's your stuff. And I don't think she really means that. I think she says things in the moment being defensive, that hurt little girl inside. But all that to say, in all respect to her and our relationship, I'll keep most of the stuff private, but just on the surface, because you have a right to know here because I posted it. I mean, I choose to let you know. Yeah, it's just little kid drama. Like, it's too much. Like, it's not too emotionally mature adults. And I have my immature moments too, but I would say in this relationship, I've definitely been more of the stable one. And women are going to be unstable. That's part of this whole relationship sometimes, and you have to be centered in your man. But it's really teaching me a lot about myself, my reaction. Today I did kind of have to put my foot down more. I'm a little bit more dominant than I'd like to be, but I've hit my breaking point and just realized I'm not going to tolerate disrespect, guys. I just won't. 44 years old, been single for a long time, dated enough girls to know that there's ones that will cater to their man, and there's ones who you'll have to fight and they don't bring peace. And I'm starting to see what category this relationship's going to fall into. And so, not that I just want to strap a label on it. I want to give it all I can. We're still not done. There could be some happy moments yet, but I pretty much hit my wall. And today, you go to lunch or dinner, it's really telling when they're on their phone the whole time, and you're just basically, what I do is I just start scrolling, or go to ChatGPT or something, and I just start going into psychology lessons. I just learn a lot through that. And so, or talk to a friend, like, hey, what's going on with this dynamic? So all that to say is, and scroll myself. Another thing that's so crazy in this whole thing, we have a video right now that has 2.7 million views. It's the one of me grabbing Jen and jumping off the boat when she didn't want to, she wanted to, but she was too scared. So I took the frame and got her to do it. Well, that video right now has 2.7 million views. We've met two influencers. One of them posted it and it's just gone viral. And it's fun. It's cool online to get, all that attention. Even if they don't really know who Jen and I are yet. But underneath all that, I'm dealing with diva, I'll make her my queen, but I'm dealing with a princess, And so it's just, I don't know what guy would give as much as I've given. Even been cool about the $350, $400 braids that I paid for. And I'm not saying all this to get something back. I don't do that. out of, I did this, so you need to do this. That's not how I operate. However, there is an element of, you do things when you're in a relationship, and in a relationship based on how they're going to treat you. Why would you be with somebody who's not going to treat you well, right? So there's a level of respect and that responsibility to one another in a relationship. And if you can't even do the basic responsibility for that other person, then, and I'm not talking about sex, I'm not talking about anything, I'm literally talking about respect, some attention, some maybe some affirmation, some appreciation, and just maybe some connection. That's really what I'm looking for. And so I don't know, I just feel like the basics are really not here. And when I do ask for them, I get angst back, I get attitude, I get all, I just get a kid, basically. And so and that's okay. She's on her own path, I'm on my own path. I have my little hurt boy inside too that I have to constantly rein back in and talk kindly to. But yeah, on the surface, it's funny because online we're getting tons of likes and tons of information, or tons of attention, but between us, it's really not going so well. There's not a strong connection. It's distance. You're sitting there not even talking for 30 minutes, and I'd look up at her and then look down, and I'm just like, what is this? What am I doing? Like, why am I putting myself in this? And I know why. I'm learning. And this is less about Jen and more about me and learning a new script, a new paradigm, a new way to deal with it. Like, I got the beauty queen, and I realized this is not worth it. Like, this is what this is. Like, the girl that represented so many other girls, of the unattainable girl, the beauty queen that, rejected me. Now I got her. And I'm like, ew. Like, no, I'd rather have somebody less hot that adores me, connects with me, the intimacy's real. Like, so again, I'm putting this stuff out. The more I talk, the more I just overshare. But I think somebody needs to hear it. I'll say that. I think there's people out there that can relate to this. Maybe you've dated the princess type, treated her like a queen, and she still ended up treating you like shit. Pardon my French, but it is what it is. So, and I'm responsible for how I treat her too. She, if you talk to usually in a relationship, they're going to be the one saying that they're the victim, you're the bad guy. And it is what it is. You're not going to win a lot of times. You just got to let it go and just stay in your masculine and stay strong. So that's what's going on. If anybody can relate to that, send me a message and we can chat it up a little bit. But that's kind of where I'm at right now at this point. So still enjoying this last day in Boracay. I'm not going to let it kill my vibe. I'm going to go back into my center, not be reactive. I was a little reactive this morning. Like I said, I had to be a little bit more dominant with her, showing her force, like, hey, you're not going to talk to me this way, young lady, type of thing. And more like a father figure. And that's not right either. That kills the polarity of a relationship too. So anyways, I'm back, I'm recentered, I'm good, and we're doing our thing.